Want to remind everybody that our next fight card, which is V3Fights 66, will be taking place on January 20th, right back here at Minglewood Hall. So mark that down. V3Fights 66 on January 20th, right here on V3Fights.com. And we certainly want to wish everybody happy holidays as you get ready for Thanksgiving next week and, of course, the Christmas season before we return. But we still have a bunch of fights to go tonight, including a championship in the amateur ranks, 3 fights on the professional side, 1 being for a belt. So a lot of great action to go. Now it's a V3Fights bantamweight division battle. Here's Keion the Alpha Lucas from Richmond, Virginia, fighting out of the Hit Club. He is 1-0, a 5'1", 134-pound freestyle fighter at 23 years of age. Coached and cornered by Kingston Briscoe and Tyler Smith. What do you know about Keion Lucas?
You know, he's a wrestler. He used to wrestle at Southwind High School. He was actually there when I was helping coaching out, and he said, you know what, I think you were in there coaching me before wrestling. So the guy's got some wrestling background. He's obviously shorter than most bantamweights, but he's built, he's trim. He's got a tough test in Joe Tran. Both these guys are undefeated, and I'm looking forward to it.
That is a guy who is built. I mean, you're right. You talk about in shape. He is cut, but he does lack the height, and he'll be giving away 5 inches to his opponent, Joseph Tran. By the way, what takes him to Richmond, Virginia?
Well, that's where he was born.
So he goes back to where he was born after spending time here in high school?
No, he lives here now. That's his hometown, is Richmond.
Okay. So fighting out of the Hit Lab locally,
correct,
but from Richmond, Virginia. So here comes Joseph Tran. He's a local fighter from Memphis, Tennessee, in Ingram's Martial Arts. 2-0, so it's a battle of undefeated fighters here. As I mentioned, 5'6", so 5 inches taller than Lucas. A karate expert and 27 years of age, so he's got 4 years on Lucas, but only 1 fight more than Keion. Tran will be coached and cornered by Eric Ingram, Hannah Ingram, and John Trent. The Ingrams will be in his corner. Received his BJJ purple belt in September. As we take a look at the tail of the tape. Again, guys that are relatively inexperienced in the cage by record, but they have actually been working out, getting ready, and they have that type of experience. Karate for Tran, freestyle for Lucas, and a 4-year age difference. Tran, the senior, by 4. What do you think, Lucas and Tran? This should be a pretty good fight.
This is an interesting one. Joe Tran's been working really hard. As you mentioned, he's got Eric Ingram in his corner. Eric is just one of the most complete coaches in the country, to tell you the truth. His Muay Thai, his Jiu-Jitsu, he's got it all. And Joe Tran is such a nice guy, works really hard. He's just a gym rat. Really looking forward to seeing this fight.
It's Tran, it's Lucas. It's a V3Fights bantamweight division battle. Michael Kelly with the introduction of these 2 warriors.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by National Contract Flooring, and it's set for 3-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he was the black trunks with the American flag trim. At 5 feet 1 inches, he weighed in at 134.1 pounds. A freestyle fighter with a perfect MMA record, 1 win and no losses. Representing the Hit Lab and fighting out of Richmond, Virginia, Keion Lucas. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the orange corner. He wears the black trunks with the white trim. At 5 feet 6 inches, he weighed in at 135.3 pounds. A karate fighter, also with a perfect MMA record, 2 wins and no losses. Representing Ingram's Martial Arts and fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee, Komodo Joe Tran.
Nice contingent of fans here representing Joseph Tran, looking to cheer him on to what they hope will be a victory. Clint Kolosinski, 3rd man in the cage. Round 1, here we go. 3-minute rounds in the amateur ranks here on V3. Lucas caught Tran with a nice right, and then Tran comes back with the kick. One more, this time Lucas with the return favor.
Already see a little bit of a mouse on Tran's right cheek.
He got hit right away, but then Tran came back. Nice combination. Look at the speed from Lucas.
Tran is a durable kid. His first fight with us, he fought Artavius Allen, who just came out, busted him up, bloodied his nose, cut his face open. Tran was able to stay calm and composed and finish Allen.
Wow, Tran with the kick, but he got caught with a right. That is a pair of quick hands from Keion Lucas. Again, a great counter every time by Lucas here early in this fight. Tran comes in for the kick. Lucas is ready to either punch or kick back.
Keion definitely wants to keep this standing up. I think he's going to be in some trouble on the ground with Joe Tran's jiu-jitsu. So he's doing everything right now.
He lunged at that one, but Tran tried the kick off the mark. Both fighters come out aggressive, pursuing each other. Now they're in a clinch. And here's a quick takedown. Tran swept the feet and took down Lucas.
That was a nice double leg. I wasn't
Now
expecting that from Tran. Now he's definitely got Keion in some trouble.
Now full mount for Joseph Tran, but that's quickly turned. That's
Nice.
the speed of Lucas.
Nice reversal by Keion Lucas. But what does he have here?
Well, maybe not much right now, but again, how quick was that reversal?
Look at that arm bar. Does he have an arm bar here? Keion defending it well, and he's out of it.
And now a hammer fist or two, and they're back to their feet. Wow. Keion Lucas twice getting out of a precarious situation. Joseph Tran pulling out the kitchen sink here in this first round. But Lucas standing tall. Tran kind of a lazy right there, and Lucas wrapped him up. There's a knee from Tran.
It's definitely difficult
Another takedown.
to take a guy down that's shorter than you using a double leg, but Tran was able to do that successfully earlier. But
And
there
a
you see
slam from Lucas.
Nice slam from Lucas. That's his wrestling background coming into play, but like we mentioned, that might be a position that Joe Tran wants to get into.
Well, Tran is bleeding right now, I think, from his nose. And Lucas gets free and lands a left. Now 10 seconds to go in an action-packed first round. And that's probably another quick hit by Lucas, so he's able to get another punch in the final moments of the first round. Very eventful first round. Went back and forth.
Definitely some great stand-up from Keion Lucas. You see over there in the corner, Eric Ingram with Joe Tran. His nose is bleeding. You got Crystal Morrow working on him. Definitely a good round for Keion. I think he takes it. He did get taken down, but also scored a couple takedowns himself. What a great first round. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Little ice on the top of the head of Lucas. Some replay action from the first round.
Here you see Keion just coming in with 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and a lot of that stuff was getting through. Joe kind of coming in with a lazy kick, and Keion just sticks him with a jab.
And there's the slam by Tran, the early slam, and then later in the round, you saw Lucas come back.
No,
Really good round. Tough one to score, I would think.
Tran put him in a little bit of trouble with that arm bar. Keion defended it well. You see Keion's hands are on top of his head. Is he tired? Is he spent? We're going to find that out now.
Or is he playing possum? Round two. Here we go. Keion Lucas, Joseph Tran in this V3Fights Bantamweight Division battle. Lucas, nice combination. Then a knee, which was low. No question that was low. And again, that's probably tough to gauge. Again, here's a guy who's 5'1". He's reaching up to a guy who's 5'6". And Tran will make sure he's okay.
I couldn't tell. It looked borderline to me. I don't know. But again, with a guy that's 5'1", sometimes it's really hard to judge it. Definitely accidental if it was.
Well, no question about it. To me, it looked like it landed right in the spot you don't want it to land in. But then again, I'm sitting here. I'm not inside the cage. But Tran obviously is feeling the effect. And now Clint Kolosinski is over there to talk to Keion Lucas. What do you think he's saying to Lucas right there?
Sometimes
is it a warning?
Sometimes guys, when they get hit in the stomach and it hurts, they will act like it did hit him where
well,
it was.
It could be the case.
But what he's going to tell Keion is, hey, be cautious, be careful. I'm not going to take a point this time, but please be careful.
There you go.
Because you could tell it was unintentional.
And we're back to action. Less than a minute for Tran to recover. And combinations from Keion Lucas, the alpha. Oh, nice kick.
Just to remind fans at home,
Good left hook there by Lucas.
elbows to the face or head are not authorized or allowed under the ISKA for amateurs in Tennessee, nor are knees to the face.
Well, Lucas trying for a choke here.
But there's a lot of room for Joe Tran to pull his head out, and he does it.
And he does right on cue.
And gets himself in a pretty good position here.
But again, look at the strength of Lucas. Just picked him up. Now is he able to slip out of it or not?
Now is Joe trying to work a choke himself here, but Lucas is able to pop his head out. And
Not
follows
only-
that up with a knee.
He's elusive. He's fast. No question about it. It's not one punch. It's always a combo, it looks like, from Keion Lucas. At least what we've seen so far. Again, goes in for 2. Tran now continues to be aggressive, but so does Lucas. Nobody wants to give an inch here with 1:20 to go in round 2. We have yet to have a fight go to the cards tonight. We've had 3 so far, so this is our 4th fight of the evening.
One minute left in the round. Tran dropping down to a single leg.
And he's
able to finish it.
Gets Lucas down.
And right to side mount. So let's see if Joe Tran can control and keep Lucas down here and cause some damage.
Kingston Briscoe, Tyler Smith in the corner for Lucas. It's Eric and Hannah Ingram in the corner for Joseph Tran.
I think Joe's going to possibly look to go full mount here, which he does. Now he's in a good position, but Keion's been here before, and he's actually reversed it and fought himself out of it. So let's see what he can do with 30 seconds left to go. Joe's got to get to work here. He could possibly steal this round if he does some damage here.
And trying to get some leverage right now, but Lucas continues to squirm.
Looks like he's possibly going to go for an armbar here.
There's the
and
attempt.
Lucas is just able to reverse and get himself out of it.
Look at that. Look how quick he is. And again, Tran on his back will try to stand up, and he avoids the punch there as we're under 10 to go in the second round. Clock just a few seconds off, but now under 10. Spinning back kick there by Tran off the mark, and that'll do it for round number 2.
And the fans at home, the clock that they see is not the official time clock. The official time clock is always what's in the timekeeper's hand, so sometimes it can be off a few seconds. Very, very close round. You know, I'm glad I'm not judging this one because that one was very, very hard to score.
I think it's been very, very tough right now to this point. You see Joseph Tran getting worked on by Crystal Morrow. That cut that was opened up in the first round, she's working on it now between the second and third rounds.
That takedown, he's getting some takedowns on the wrestler. Got himself in a good position, just hasn't been able to cause any damage while he's been in those positions. He's gotten in a full mount, hasn't been able to finish anything, went for a really loose armbar attempt, but Keion was able to slip right out of it.
Well, as you said earlier, 2 different times full mount on Lucas, and the one time it was a great reversal by Lucas. So far, we've seen the elusiveness of Keion Lucas. We've seen, though, the aggression of both these fighters. Tran's got to be thinking to myself, what do I do here? The Alpha's a tough opponent. Clint Kolosinski will go over and clean up some moisture, and now we're just about ready to go.
Joe's definitely got to get a killer instinct this round. This is a very, very close fight. He has not gone to a decision yet in his 2 wins. Will he tonight?
Round 3, here we go on V3 Fights. Final round in this amateur rank bantamweight division battle. Lucas and Tran. Lucas leads with the right.
I think Lucas thinks he might have gotten hit below the belt a little bit there, and I don't disagree with him.
This is
Tran
with the
drops
overhand
in for that double, and he timed it perfectly and scored a takedown on Lucas. Which again, like I said, that's very difficult to do on a guy that's shorter than you. But what can Joe Tran do here with this? Joe Tran in a half guard. He's got Lucas pinned up against the cage. You see these guys, it's third round, they're getting sweaty, they're getting slippery. You saw Joe try that armbar attempt last round, and Keion was just able to slip out of it. Does that play a factor in his jiu-jitsu game?
Although we're certainly not the judges, you would have to think that this fight is up in the air, and one big move here, if it goes to the cards, could be the difference. I'm right in front of one of our judges.
Without a doubt whatsoever.
Actually, the representatives from the Tennessee Athletic Commission. They are sanctioning, of course, the professional fights, ISKA, sanctioning the amateur fights tonight. So plenty of time still for some fireworks here in the third and final round.
And if you're looking for a job, I think it's time to apply for ISKA because they're clearly hiring anyone because they hired Dynamite Nick Davis. So. And a nice reversal again by Keion.
Well, with Nick Davis, for those who have been following V3 Fights for all these years, Dynamite would certainly a fun fighter to watch inside the V3 Fights cage.
And just a great guy all around.
Really works hard for us. All right, Clint Kolosinski keeping a watchful eye on the two, making sure they're active here, because if not, it's a stalemate. He'll stand them up. But there you see a punch by Lucas. Not much behind it, though, but it hit Tran right in the face. I know for fans, not what they wanted to see here in this third round, but this is still wide open. Anybody's game, I would imagine. I would not be surprised if it goes either way, unless it ends here in 30 seconds or before 30 seconds.
This is a close round. They've pretty much been even, basically a minute and a half on top of each other. If you look at who started and initiated the takedown, that was Joe Tran. Keion hasn't really been effective here on top.
Final 10 seconds here in this third and final round. Luke is still trying to throw some punches. He gets loose now. And that'll do it. So we saw Joseph Tran being an aggressor throughout the fight. We saw the elusiveness of Keion Lucas. He is an athlete. He thinks he won the fight. Do you have a guess?
You know, I'm going to give that third round to Joe Tran based on his takedown. I'm giving the first round to Keion Lucas. Second round, you're flipping a coin.
All right, we'll find out from the judges in just a moment. This will be the first time we go to the judges' scorecards. Good action-packed fight from the beginning. Lucas just 23. Tran is 27 years of age. Two fighters certainly on the rise, no question about it. Very skilled. That was a well-fought battle between these two bantamweights. Both undefeated. Who will stay undefeated? Let's get the decision. Here's Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for both of these warriors. What a fight. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for the decision. All 3 judges scoring this one for your winner by unanimous decision. And staying undefeated, Keion Lucas.
Well, no surprise Keion Lucas won, but winning by unanimous decision may be a bit of a surprise, but it was close. All 3 rounds were very, very close. Let's get a few words with our winner. Here's Jason.
I'm here with your winner, Keion Lucas. Definitely a tough fight tonight. You fought a very experienced fighter. You brought it to him. What do you think about this win?
It's one of the greatest feelings I could ever have in my life. And I want to thank my coach, my mom, and everybody who supported me to the fight and coming to the cage back again. And I thank all the audience for coming out and to see me what I have in and show my potential in this cage. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, everybody.
Well, it's not every day I get to interview someone I'm taller than, so everybody take pictures now, post them on social media. It'll make me look like a giant. I'd appreciate it, and tag me. Great fight. We hope to see you back improving to 2-0. Keion Lucas.
Well done, good fight. Keion Lucas, the winner by unanimous decision. More action comes your way on V3Fights.com. Keep it right here.
V3 Legion, make sure to check out Civilized and Savage. Their booth is located at